Hello, pile number one. Welcome to today's reading. Today I'm doing How Have You Changed Over the Years? So let's tap in, be in a positive frame of mind, and let's begin your reading. This is the card you chose. We have the elk. This is earth element. Wait, I don't know how to lay the cards down. Should I start with oracle? I'm confused. We have oracles for, let's say, your beginning energy and now where you're at in your present life. And then I also pulled tarot. I think let's start with tarot. Okay, so you got Knight of Wands, the World, Justice, Libra energy. We have the Tower, Mars. And I also pulled cards for, let's just say, clarification. I'll add those later. Let's start with the tarot here. So what I'm noticing, that in the beginning you were this lively person. I'm not saying you're not that way right now. With both the cards I do see fire here, so you do have a fiery sort of a nature, and you've continued that throughout your life. You could be someone who resonates more with masculine energy, or a person who doesn't like to be controlled, a person who doesn't like to be told what to do. It's very much that energy of I know what I'm doing and I know how to find my way. It's also giving me the energy of a person who loves to travel, loves to explore things, open to new experiences, fun energy, curiosity, young-hearted energy here. As we move along, I do notice, I'm also seeing maybe you've dated a lot in the past, and maybe you could have had a strong relationship that had a big impact on you, influenced you, shaped your personality in some way. Or you could be someone who was, especially in that initial energy, fond of dating, fond of connecting with people. You could be someone who maybe needs an anchor in your life. You need a partner. Some of the people picking this pile, you could be someone who doesn't like to stay maybe single for too long. You want a partner, you want to date. You could be a hopeless romantic. Take it only if it resonates. Not every single message is for you. All right. By the way, I'm also thinking about doing a reading on how are you transforming, or should I do one on let me hype you up? So please leave some suggestions. Anyway, coming back to the energy here, I feel like you've become more selective over time. Maybe you were earlier more easy to become friends with, easier to date. Now you become more selective over time. There could have also been a lot of changes that have happened. I think you've completely transformed. I'm getting a major shift in your energy. The person you used to be to the person that you are now, there's a big shift, I feel. Especially in your formative younger years, maybe your school, college days, you've changed a lot. Your foundations have changed. Maybe some of you, your parents could have divorced. That could have impacted you. Or there was a major thing that happened, even could be a negative event, but the foundations have changed. The things that you valued, or your dreams or your goals, they've changed over time. Tower speaks about massive change, transformation, uneasy growth. But you've changed a lot. I can see that. Maybe earlier you were more positive, you become slightly more cynical, maybe more practical also. Earlier you were a little more naive. That's what I'm getting. But there's definitely been this growing up energy, coming of age energy that I'm picking up here. Person who's matured, has a better understanding of the law of nature and what it is to be an adult. I can see that. You could also be someone, maybe you were more self-centered. Now you've started thinking about other people also. And you've become more selective. I can definitely see that. You've become more selective in terms of the people that you let into your life. Maybe you become also more work-oriented. This was more of that fun energy, light-hearted energy, traveling, experiences. Now you become more serious. You become more grounded. You become more mature. I also feel like maybe there's been a lack of this fun, light-hearted energy could also be a thing of the past. So maybe you need to reconnect with that. Don't be too serious, too harsh. Now let me add the cards. We have appreciation, moon in Leo, Jupiter in Libra, negotiation, Moon in Aquarius, independence. Saturn in Cancer, charity. See, we started with Moon and Jupiter, more positive energy, and now we're ending on Saturn. So becoming more serious, also thinking about other people, being more generous, I'm getting that as well. And also work oriented energy here, thinking about your impact, your contribution to society. You become more independent if you used to be more clingy, because maybe you really enjoyed external validation, or maybe you really liked spending time with other people. You were someone possibly who got bored very easily, or you wanted stimulation all the time, you wanted people around you, you wanted compliments, you wanted to be the center of attention. That sort of energy I'm getting here. With negotiation, I definitely get maybe there was a relationship thing. I love how we have a couple coming out here, and then we have Libra. So clearly this is speaking about some relationship. Maybe you had a major heartbreak or something that could have shaped you, or maybe in your formative years you were dating someone who really had a big influence on you, if you look back. Or this could just be this energy of more willing to date, more willing to, let's say, put up with stuff, or more cooperative in your relationships. Now you become more independent, you enjoy your own company. Maybe you were a clingy partner, and like I said, maybe you always needed a person around you. Now you're not like that, you're more independent. You find your happiness within. Earlier it was coming through other people, external circumstances, experiences, activities, and you've become also more secure, and someone who can self-regulate their emotions, also self-validate themselves. Whereas here it was more external, you liked being the center of attention. So this is what I'm picking up for astrology. You also got 11th house here, Gemini. See, this relationship theme keeps coming up. Here we have two people, here we have two people, twins. Maybe reliant upon your friends also. Maybe it's a best friend. You always needed this person to be around you, otherwise you wouldn't go out, or I don't know, you needed someone, you had a crutch almost. This energy I'm getting 9th house. Now more independence coming in, more travel, higher knowledge, wisdom. Maybe spirituality came into your life, or you had to learn a harsh lesson also. Or maybe you traveled more, met new people, saw the world from a broader perspective. You grew up, you matured. Maybe this is also speaking about a person going to a foreign land for higher education, and then seeing a whole new culture, the way people live their life, everything is different, unique. So you imbibe that culture, you imbibe that energy. It's positive energy also. Some destiny related, some fate related thing could have happened. 9th house is destiny, fated events, divine timing, that sort of energy I'm getting here. It says foreign travel, adventure, higher education, faith, beliefs, pilgrimages, spiritual quests, religion, gurus. So that sort of energy here, it was more reliant upon let's say validation, desires, connecting with your friends. 11th house is fun times. It's also your social network. So just spending time with your friends, going out, partying, having fun. It was not future oriented energy. It was like living in the present moment, having a good time, then being reliant upon those people, those connections. And now you had to kind of find your own way, change your ways. That's what I'm getting. We have Cancer here. Cancer is could be related, something to do with your mother, but this is about, here we have Cancer, here we have Cancer. So a major shift has happened, because Cancer is one of the cardinal signs. It is connected with movement and travel, especially those of you if you moved to a different city, you moved far away from your parents, your mother specifically, your hometown. 4th house can also be connected with your homeland. So some sort of change has come in, where maybe family structure was changed, parents divorced, or someone passed on perhaps, or you had to move to a different country. Some major shift came in that could have been uneasy, because Cancer is connected with that energy of your emotions being a little haywire, and some sort of change come in. This could even be spirituality coming into your life, where you connected with the inside world. Now you're focused on the internal world instead of the external. Maybe you also developed an intuition with Cancer, and you became more generous. You developed emotional intelligence. You've matured quite a bit. There is this word nostalgia. So things have changed. I feel like there was one particular pile which was kind of similar on both the sides, or it was like not a major shift. This pile, I'm noticing a huge shift from who you were and who you are right now. Some of you, maybe you had, I'm sorry, I'm burping or yawning. You could have also had a child. Maybe that was a big change in your life, or you started something, because Cancer is productivity, creativity, birthing something, bringing something in reality. So maybe you started a business or something like that. Some new beginning could have been there after a difficult ending that left a big impact on you. And also looking for your emotional fulfillment, nourishment through yourself. Things that you can do, not others can provide to you. That's what I'm seeing. Let's look at some oracle then and finish with some advice. Here we have elk. How similar is the imagery here? If you notice, this came out for your initial energy. I'll keep these cards on this side. Let's keep it here. Elk is also more masculine energy, which I'm seeing here as well. Knight of Wands. This is masculine, fiery energy, taking charge, being control of things, maybe dominating other people, controlling them. We have cheerfulness. This is the Three of Cups energy of connecting with your friends. We have Gemini, friendship. We have 11th house of friends. So it was all about fun times, partying, enjoying, having fun. We have the Sailor, new influences, wanderlust. I'm picking up the energy of travel throughout the cards. This was more so vacation, fun times. This is more so serious. Maybe traveling for work. Maybe traveling because you cannot live in your hometown anymore. So there's been a shift in the underlying energy, but I'm picking up the energy of travel throughout. Sailor. And we have two fishes, Pisces. You could be someone also, maybe. Let's say if you were someone where your parents always had to move, or you were born in a foreign land, you spent a lot of time in foreign cultures. I feel like maybe coming back home has been a big change. Now you were traveling and more so being in this foreign land energy, and now you've kind of reconnected with your roots. So it could be taken, the message could also be taken this way. Really depends on your own life circumstances, pile number 1. But I'm seeing a lot of travel and lots of fun. And there's this energy of I want to explore things, exploration, seeker vibes I'm getting here. We have the 1. This does tell me that you could have seen yourself. I love how the imagery is kind of similar, right? The energy is I'm the one. There could have been an ego thing also here. Maybe you had like you were very prideful, very proud growing up. Some sort of like maybe God complex also. I don't want to say it in a mean way. Don't take it to heart. But it's just this energy of I'm the main character. Everyone is part of my life story. That sort of energy I'm getting. But you've kind of matured from that and kind of lost that spark also a little bit. Maybe you need to reconnect with that. The fact that you are special. So you could be someone who maybe you have been into manifestation from the beginning, or just thinking, having great confidence, and maybe destiny was favoring you growing up, something like this. The 1 energy gives me I'm the star, I'm the main character, I'm going to make it happen, full of life energy. So don't lose touch with that. Okay, so don't mind, it's going to be a little dark because we have this sunlight peeking through. Now let's talk about on this side the oracles that we have. Here we have crocodile. This is water element. A little bit of Scorpio vibes I'm getting. We have money. We have the alchemist, balance, invention, destruction. We have the vessel. This one also kind of looks like, you can say it's a beaker or vessel, whatever. But I feel like you've become more useful to other people, and you've also learned how to be resourceful, develop more money. Maybe earlier you were more wasteful. Not develop money, but save up money. You become more prudent. You become more mature. You're also more, you have this future oriented energy. I want to be settled. I want to be grounded. I want to feel safe. So you become more patient. Crocodile has the energy of patience, waiting for the right time to make the right moves. It's not that hyper energy of being too impulsive. It's very patient, slow moving, more spiritual, more using your intelligence, being more wise as well. And see, manifestation energy is there throughout. Now you become good at manifesting the right things for you. Maybe earlier you were manifesting, but those things didn't really work out for you. Sometimes what happens is we can manifest wrong things into our life. It's a real thing, whether you understand, because we even manifest people into our life. We want a particular relationship with a person, but that person is not good for you. So what's the point of manifesting that person? It's better to manifest a good partner. Be general with the manifestation. So now you become more mature. You know what's the right things for me, what I should be focusing on. It's more stable, grounded energy. Crocodiles with this water element, it's speaking about heaviness, steadiness. Whereas this is more that hyper energy, movement, fire that I was picking up here. So you've become more grounded. You've built your resources over time. You're more money oriented. Now you're serious. Okay? Instead of being in this dreamer energy, you started kind of actualizing your results or your dreams. But don't lose the fun side. Don't lose that spark in you. Don't lose that. It's more of that hustle energy, but this is about dreaming big and not making yourself small. So don't lose that touch, but you become more balanced. Here it says balance, invention, destruction, getting rid of things that don't serve you, and making new things happen. But striking a balance in your life. This was more about fun times, that energy of indulgence, whereas this is more contained energy. With vessel also, maybe you started working on your body as well, taking care of your health, and this energy of being a vessel, okay, that collects resources but also can be useful to other people, and more stable, grounded. This is what I'm seeing. Let's look at the final cards for advice. We have here Pele, determination. She gives me Queen of Wands energy. So don't lose that confidence, the spark. Channelize it, but also maybe make it more feminine, because we have a feminine image here, whereas this is more masculine energy. So use it in a way that serves you. Don't be overpowering or overbearing. Have that confidence, have that confident streak. Believe in yourself, push yourself. We have independence, Artemis. So you're someone who definitely benefits from being independent in your life. And I think you've become that over time. You could be also maybe blessed by a dog in your life. Maybe a dog could be lucky for you, something like that. But always be have independent thought of mind. This is not saying don't ever date, don't get into a relationship. That's not the message. It's don't depend on other people too much, because it stunts your growth. And finally we have self-study, number 25. So always be self-aware, study yourself, learn how you can be better, and maybe keep educating yourself as well. You could be someone who has done a lot of self-work, self-growth, but continue on this journey. Don't give up and keep getting better. That's the message for you. I hope this reading resonated and you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, leave your feedback and some suggestions for future videos. Please support the channel. If you're wondering how I can do that, you can check the bottom of the description. If you want to book a reading with me, you'll find all the links there as well. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys. Hello pile number 2, welcome to today's reading. So today I'm doing how have you changed over the years. So I'm starting out with tarot. Wait, where did I leave my rings? Okay, let's start. So we'll look at the oracle. Where I left the oracle again. I don't know, are you guys forgetful? Anyway, let's start. We have 5 of Swords. We have Judgment. Pluto, it's connected with Pluto. I think of Mars or Scorpio energy. We have Queen of Swords, 8 of Coins. Let's put these down as well. We have Acquisition. This is Sun in Taurus. You got 2 cards here. I wanted one, but I just kept them. We have Venus in Cancer, Birth. We have Sun in Pisces, Vision. So let's make space for these 2. And for Queen of Swords, we got Mercury in Aquarius, Originality. We have Mars in Scorpio, Revenge. Okay, so let's start the reading. How have you changed over the years? I feel like you could have been a person who maybe someone mistreated you, especially in a relationship, that have made you vengeful and you're seeking revenge for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe there was a controlling figure in your life and you wanted to find your independence, especially maybe financial independence, and you wanted to show them, look, I can do it on my own. And maybe you were mistreated somehow in your past, and that really fuels you to achieve things, to make your money, to be prosperous, successful in your life. Because I'm getting revenge here, and I'm also seeing a person working hard. This is Eight of Pentacles energy, where you are a hard working person and you're very focused on your career, your work. It's also that energy of perfectionism. So maybe, let's say, growing up, one of your parent was very harsh, or just like that stickler, disciplinarian with you, and they would make you do things perfectly. So that has kind of stuck with you. There could be that situation, but overall, it was a specific scenario I was picking up, so I wanted to relay that message. But what I'm seeing here is you're someone who could even have this energy of maybe earlier you were at someone's mercy, or you had this tendency to get dominated by other people, and you were very naive growing up. When you were young, you were slightly naive. You've developed discernment. You know how to now kind of deal with people, especially people who try to take advantage of you. You've learned how to exert yourself. You know how to figure out if the person is good to you, if they're bad to you, because maybe there was someone who manipulated you, or people generally used to take advantage of you. Maybe you had people pleasing tendencies, or you were some sort of a victim in a situation, or you even had victim mentality where you didn't want to take charge. You felt bad for yourself, you felt sorry for yourself, but you would not change your ways. Or let's say people gave you advice, this person's bad for you, but you wouldn't chuck that person out of your life. You were like, this and that. You would make excuses for them. You got manipulated and you agreed. So I think it was more about your reputation. Maybe you didn't want to go against, let's say, your family's wishes or something here, where your reputation could have been hurt, or you just wanted to be this likable, sweet person. You didn't want to, let's say, stand up to the bullies or something like that. But you have become that person as you've grown old. Vision also tells me maybe some of you actually developed some psychic or intuitive gifts, and you're a creative person, and work is very prominent in your life. I think you're a career oriented person. Maybe you swore off relationships, or you separated from, let's say, your family or close people in your lives. Now you're more concerned with my work, my legacy, what will I leave behind, my contribution to society at large, what am I doing with my life. You're more concerned with that. You're more concerned with self-actualizing yourself. And maybe karma also played out. Those people had whatever who mistreated you, they had their karma as well. But you could have been dominated somehow, and maybe if you were this people pleaser, you were a pushover, you've learned how to develop that spine. You've learned how to now stand up for yourself. That energy is there, and there is some resentment here towards the past people who hurt you, mistreated you. Okay, I don't know why I'm getting this whole energy, but it's the overall vibe is a person who had difficult life circumstances, but they've picked themselves up without the help and support of anyone else. Some of you maybe have Saturn in the third or Saturn in the second house. Also keep in mind, situation will be different for every single person. For someone it could be like a love relationship, for others it could be a friend, it could be a family member. So take it as it resonates. Overall, what I'm picking up is a person who were dealt difficult cards, and they had to go through harsh lessons, but they've really found a voice, they found themselves, and they've also found something in their life that's like their life purpose, and they feel fulfilled by doing that. That's what I'm getting. Let's look at some other cards. We have Libra here. So could be a partner, and maybe someone cheated you. Even could be a business partner perhaps who cheated you, or family member. Taurus is connected with family. but Libra is connected with love. So it could even be maybe it's kind of similar to pile number 1, but I don't know, the vibe of this pile is different. Though the cards and messages are, some of them are similar, where maybe parents got divorced or something like that. Maybe there were some monetary issues also growing up. So growing up poor or growing up with not anyone taking care of you, you kind of had to fend for yourself. That sort of energy also I'm getting. We have 6th house. So work has become a prominent thing in your life, where you're work oriented. We have 3rd house also, both are ruled by Mercury. So you're someone who's analytical, you're an intelligent person, you've developed. And 3rd house is connected with ideas. Here I was getting that vibe as well. You're someone who's full of ideas, you have a great imagination, you're intelligent, your intellect is something that you should be proud of. It's something that helps you out and it makes you shine. I feel your intellect, your intelligence, your ideas, your thought process, your talents. 3rd house is also connected with skills and talents. You're a hardworking person. And see, some of you, maybe it's not that harsh. Maybe you grew up some sort of, let's say you were into some sport and you had a coach or a parent who was very harsh on you, and they didn't let you have that childhood experience, and they just made you work throughout. And then when you grew up, you had more autonomy. You didn't even pursue that dream. You maybe left that, or something didn't work out there. So maybe there was also resentment from the parent or the authority figure, where they might have seen you as a person who was a failure. You didn't, pursue that or whatever. And now you're finding something that works for you, that speaks to you. So I'm just getting different scenarios with this particular pile. We have 11th house. So you're seeing gains. You're seeing finally divine timing, stuff happening in your favor, your desires being fulfilled, benefits coming your way. This is the house of wish fulfillment. So after hardships, these are both difficult houses. This house is particularly difficult. It speaks about challenges, competition, diseases, illnesses, fighting, discourse, and competitors. Whereas this card is about now you find your own voice, you start working. This is hard-working energy and consistent hard work for a long time. And 11th house is a house that gives you rewards. So now you're seeing progress after a long time. If you have not felt that way, this is just around the corner. Okay? And maybe also finding better people in your life that you're connecting with. Let's look at Oracle. On this side, we have Lion. Speaking of Lion, this is connected with Leo. And just yesterday, I think I posted the Leo Ascendant video on my membership. So if you're interested, check it out. We have Lion. Lion does make me think of an authority figure. We have 4. So someone you considered an enemy who had strong influence over your life. Or maybe you were someone who didn't connect with, let's say, your parents growing up, or someone who taught you harsh lessons. You saw them as an enemy. And after having grown up, you might look at that person and think, wow, this person imbibed some good qualities or good habits in me. That now that I'm older, I'm glad that they gave me a harsh upbringing and they didn't let me stray from my path. So that energy could also be there. But I can see somewhere maybe the confidence was lacking, or someone controlled you. You couldn't exert yourself. And you wanted to be free like this lion. But that opportunity was maybe not there. We have the witch, experimentation, rebellion. So you could have been rebellious growing up and you wanted to rebel against this person. Or you could have psychic abilities that I was picking up earlier. You were there, maybe you wanted to do something unconventional and people didn't approve of that. People in your family. So you never pursued it. You had other goals. You were someone who was like maybe the black sheep of the family. Maybe friends didn't connect with you. Something like that, where you were different. And you wanted to make different choices, but you were not allowed to do that, I feel. We have Siren, we have Venom. Some of you could even be, maybe you had pretty privilege, you were good looking and that became a crutch for you. So people only saw you for like a good looking person. There was something that you had in your earlier formative years which you didn't like. It was an obstruction, an obstacle in your way. and it kind of made your life hell, is what I'm getting. Could be a person, could be even your beautiful features where people only saw that, they didn't take you seriously. So there's something here, and you wanted things to be different. There was just this cognitive dissonance that you experienced. Venom, it was poisonous, painful experience. Even as you have grown up, you might look back at that and think maybe I could have handled things differently, or I wish things were different, times were different, something like that I'm getting. We do have here spider. This is earth element. It's all about resources. So see, you're all about your money. Money theme is strong here, like self-actualizing, making money, career, life purpose. These are the themes that are more important, more prominent in your life right now. We have room, so there is room for growth. Also, room makes me think of emotional fulfillment. I think you're working towards that. You didn't get that, you didn't get the childhood experience or something along those lines, but you're trying to create that safe space for yourself and feeling more stable and grounded. If it's a person who was struggling with poverty or money, now you're feeling like, okay, now I'm getting rid of that stagnant, or what do you call it, scarcity mindset. So there's growth here. We have painter, productivity, creation. See what I was picking up. And maybe you wanted to do some more artistic thing, so you could be pursuing that. It could even be a hobby, and if you're not, maybe you should. That this could be a sign from spirit. We have priest. Wait, this pile had the priest card. Where did it go? We lost one card because I remember, or was it a different deck? I'm really confused today. I don't know. With this particular pile, like, I'm a little all over the place. I'm not very organized like I usually am. But anyway, let's just remember from this particular deck, this priest card also came out. So it is still here. So it tells me that you're someone who has faith. You've developed faith. Maybe you questioned your faith growing up and you thought, why am I having to deal with all this karma, these bad people, these bad situations? You've still not lost that hope or that connection with spirituality, with the religion, with God. You are still grateful. If you're not, you should develop more gratitude. And you could be someone who has strong beliefs, principles. You're very righteous by nature. Maybe you were not done right, but you were a person who maybe still treated other people with justice and fairness, even if you didn't get that. And you have strong morals and ethics, is what I'm getting, and you've maintained that. We have ocean here. So going from the physical to the spiritual, going from the external to the internal, this is what is your focus. Maybe you wanted to live your life a certain way, but that was not an option growing up. But you're connecting with that. I also see maybe developing some spiritual gifts over time. We do have this card as well. This came out for the guidance portion, but we have magic here. So you do have some spiritual talents, some magic in you, and I think you're developing that over time. Multiple heads also here speak about intelligence again. Intuitive person, feminine gifts. Maybe you were a guy. This could even be a reading for someone with LGBTQ, someone from. And this could even be a person who had to kind of be more masculine, even though they wanted to explore the feminine side more. So take the message as it resonates. We have forgiveness. So this is spirit saying, forgive those people, forgive that, don't build that resentment from the past. You need to move on. It could be becoming like a hindrance to your growth. So you need to exercise some forgiveness here. Forgive yourself, forgive these people, move on. Let go of this negative energy. We have risk and dare, number 35, with this unicorn. I keep seeing mountains today. Pile number 1 also had some card like this, I think. And pile number 3 got the mountain card. So this is a formidable challenge you've overcome. And spirit is saying, keep going for it. Don't let don't forget the dreams that you grew up with. You can still go and achieve those. And don't just aim for financial stability. Go for something bigger. Don't make yourself small. We have embraced friendship, number 27. So you can find like-minded people, people who will understand you. Even if you didn't do that, if that didn't happen for you in your childhood, you can still find people who will connect with you. So don't give up on friendships. Don't give up on connections. Don't give up on finding your soul tribe. You can still do that. Okay? So create some safe space. Be bold, be in this masculine energy. Also, don't neglect the feminine. So that's the message. I hope this reading resonated with you overall. Leave your feedback in the comments. I'm thinking about doing a video on how are you transforming, or perhaps let me hype you up. So I could do those. Give me your suggestion. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to book a personal reading with me, all the links will be down in the description. If you want to help support the channel, you can also do that. How do you do that? Read the bottom of the description. Okay, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys. Hello pile number 3, welcome to today's reading. Today we're doing how have you changed over the years. I hope you guys enjoy this reading and leave your feedback if you do. I'm also thinking about doing how are you transforming, or let me hype you up. So which one would you like to see? Or maybe I can club the two. I didn't think of that. So give me some ideas, give me some suggestions, leave your feedback in the comments. Let's start the reading. Starting with tarot today, we have the 10 of coins here, 4 of swords, 9 of swords, page of cups. You also got Leo. Let me just put some extra cards down. We have Taurus. Some of you could have these placements, first house. And we have this card that I call Ketu, south node of the moon. So already I'm burping. Okay, what am I seeing here? I'm noticing you could be someone who was possibly a little timid. This energy of a person who's naive, timid, or kind of like a pushover almost. Or you could have been a person, as you were growing up, you were not really sure what you wanted to do in life. I'm picking up this energy of someone who's slightly confused. Either they're not sure what they want to do, or person who found it hard to connect with their, let's say, inner child, or their ability to just be free and have fun. I'm getting anxious energy quite a bit. A lot of fear, anxiety, perhaps even depression. You could have been a person who maybe you connected more with friends as opposed to, let's say, your family members. Maybe your family didn't understand you, or you were someone who never really felt accepted by a lot of people. And there's just this energy of, I want to do something, I'm not really sure what I want to do. And the things you were interested in, you didn't know how to make that your career, make that your hobby, your life purpose. So there was this energy you were wrestling within yourself where you were not speaking about what you want. Maybe you were scared that you didn't want to say something that would offend your, let's say, your parents, or you put a lot of pressure on yourself. I think you're someone who has this old soul energy where you can pick up on people's emotions. So let's say if someone else is struggling, you'll keep quiet and let them have their time and be supportive towards them. But when it came to asking for help, when it came to, let's say, asking for your desires or your wishes, you didn't speak up. There's this energy of being almost silenced by your own self. Taurus is also connected with speech. We have 4 of swords where we see the creature is not speaking up. There could have been also a particular hobby that you were really fond of and you wanted to pursue that. You thought you can monetize it and do really well, be successful with it. You could have also found maybe supportive friends, or perhaps for some of you, I feel pile number 3, you didn't have friends, you didn't have people to rely upon. It could have been a difficult situation. When you saw other people, you kind of stood out. Because even though I'm seeing a dog here, I see everyone is similar. This person is different. So maybe you always connected with people from foreign lands, foreign culture. You didn't feel very accepted by your own people, your native people, or your family members, or the people you studied with, something like that. Maybe you were some sort of an outcast. And you were very loyal also. Very loyal, very committed, dependable person, sincere, but also a person who kind of sacrificed a lot for other people. I'm getting this energy of sacrifice and people pleasing and not speaking up, maybe not having the confidence, or having a lot of fears and anxiety where you become anxious about certain things. Let's say it's not the people in your life creating obstacles or being harsh with you, but you just, your mind made it hard for you to feel safe and secure, where you always felt anxious about something. And it's funny, I'm remembering I used to have certain anxiety about going out. I don't know why, and I totally forgot about that. So when I had to, let's say, run some errands, or I usually don't share my like personal stuff, but randomly I'm remembering that I think after my college I used to have it, or I don't know, I don't remember the time, it's been a long time. But anytime I had to go out, let's say to the bank or to run some errands, I would get really bad anxiety. I didn't want to go. I don't know why. Going out made me anxious, and it's gone away now. I don't even remember, it's been such a long time. But going out always brought me anxiety, or doing some chores or some work with where there was some sort of responsibility, bank stuff, it's serious stuff. So maybe there was some sort of a thing where you had anxiety towards it. Something made you anxious, and it kind of maybe led you through this dark night of the soul. You had to do some soul searching. Maybe you were outcast from a friends group. There's so many different messages. Really take it as it resonates. The overall vibe that I'm picking up is a person who, let's say, had certain troubles, but they didn't have a resource to rely upon someone to guide them through it. And it was hard to explain whatever the issue was. It's not very apparent, it's not very common. And it's a lot of maybe mental issues also. But anyway, I feel like you've kind of found yourself. You basically had trouble having fun and being safe and secure and being in light-hearted energy. Especially for females, I can say light feminine energy. But that has changed. Here I'm seeing Page of Cups. So you've embraced that young side of you, where now you have fun, you flirt with people. Maybe there was some anxiety also in dating relationships, something like that. But you're more fun, you're more creative now. You're in this energy of having this personality. Also, maybe you made yourself smaller. You didn't really show yourself. Now you're just confident being your authentic self. And it might have come through like a difficult experience, or some fated event happened, because Ketu is about past life things getting triggered. So maybe a past life hobby or talent got activated or triggered somehow, or a person from your, let's say, a past life person, you met them in this particular lifetime, like a soulmate from a past life, and they kind of ignited this fire in you. Something about past, or you made peace with your past. But this Ketu is definitely something here where cutting something out or moving to a different city, maybe going to foreign lands, was better for you because native people didn't accept you. Now you're moving out and meeting new people. So either it's a change of place, change of certain people, change of some habit, or some past life event happening, or some fated event happening, meeting a particular person, or something happened where your let's say your intuition got triggered, or you picked up some hobby that you're really good at, because it's a past life blessing that's coming in. So I see a change. I see you connecting with your inner child, being in this fun energy. Earlier it was more serious energy. Now it's more fun, light-hearted, being young, even though now you're older, but now you're kind of living your childhood, or this energy of a young, bright person. That's what I'm getting. And also there's been a shift in your communication, where you were more anxious. Now you feel you come across as more secure, more confident even, and also fun to connect with. You're more open to, let's say, friendships or meeting people, or I don't know, you don't look at yourself as the outcast. People will reject me. Now you feel like I'm just having fun. I don't care who accepts me, rejects me. That's what I'm getting. Let's look at some other cards for Oracle. On this side, you got Gazelle, fire energy. This is that timid energy, vulnerable, a person who's vulnerable in a vulnerable situation. We have Priest. So this could even be something to do with maybe your religious beliefs, where maybe you grew up in a very conservative sort of a family or something like that. Could be something connected to that, connected to religion or beliefs or customs. We have Fate, accepting help, guidance. We have the Gem. It shows that you could also be someone beautiful. This energy on this side is giving me the feeling of maybe someone else making your decisions for yourself. Maybe people didn't let you have autonomy. This energy of, I also get this sense that maybe you missed out on a lot of things. So whatever you missed out on, I think you're indulging in that right now. You're enjoying. You feel like life is too short. You know what? I'm going to have all the fun I can have in the present moment. So what the past was bad, let me make present good and future good for myself. Other people taking control of your fate or destiny, being smothering, or taking the important life decisions for you, or maybe not letting you pursue your goal in life, your dream in life. And here also I'm seeing the gem standing out from the background. So you didn't fit in. Maybe you were also bullied. This sort of theme is coming throughout all the piles. I don't know why. But there was just this energy of I'm in the wrong place, or I'm with the wrong people. And you didn't speak up because you didn't want to offend people. And I don't know, culturally, it was not the right thing to do, something like that, perhaps. But you didn't get to live your life on your own terms, is kind of the energy I'm getting here. Or you were too timid, you didn't have confidence, you didn't speak up. Let's say it was not like a religious thing, it was not other people being overbearing. You just didn't have that voice. There was some insecurity, there was this resistance to speaking up and being authentic, being yourself. There was a crutch there. Here we have, on this side, we have wolf. We have messenger. So you're more open to connecting with people, and it's giving me, sorry, I'm burping, Page of Cups energy here, which is connecting with people, also bringing other people together. And you could also be being perceived as more fun now. You're in this fun energy, you're in this energy if I want to make friends, I want to have fun, being lighthearted. Even this wolf energy is about, what do you call it? It's a pack animal, building relationships. So earlier, maybe you missed out on things. You used to run away from the limelight or being the center of attention. You wanted to be small. You only wanted to have a couple of friends. Now you're more open to meeting new people, talking to new people. You might go up to people and do small talk. Earlier, you might have hated small talk. And you're also more into this energy of I want to build something and I want to have maybe bring people together, have some sort of social networking, let's say influencer also. Or you want to build a family, have a big family, or reconnecting with your family, having better relationships now, better equation. We have chiromancer, delivering news, collaboration. How crazy is that? I didn't read this, but we have messenger, we have delivering news. Amazing. I think your message could have helped a lot of people. If you are to share your life story, you have a lot of knowledge and wisdom to share. Pile number 3. So you should speak up. You should be on a public platform. You should be connecting with friends, connecting with people. It's part of your destiny. It's fated. No one can come in between this. And you can build a community. I'm definitely getting that. And you have a message to share to the masses, I feel. I'm getting that strongly. And I think you're on the right path. You need to connect to this energy. Maybe you need to watch something about maybe a life purpose reading or something along those lines. That could be important for you. We have stone here. We have the mountain. So it's a tough mountain to climb. It's a major task. You could be also someone who likes challenges. And I also feel like you've become more stable and grounded as you've gotten older. Earlier, you were more vulnerable. You were in this vulnerable energy. Now you've found your stability. You've become very stubborn. You don't let other people walk all over you. You have better boundaries. You're a stronger person. You feel like a strong entity. Mountain is someone you don't want to mess with. It's hard to tackle such a person. So you found your grounded energy. Actually, I forgot to put those cards down along with... I forgot. See, you were under the control. Especially it has something to do with maybe spiritual beliefs, religious beliefs, or morals and principles, or an authority figure in your life. There was some sort of control over you. You could have also you didn't have the wisdom, or you didn't do the right thing, or you were around people who didn't give you the right advice or guidance at this time, because this is debilitated Jupiter. So the resources were lacking. It was not the right move. And you felt like, I cannot be myself. I'm doing things that I don't want to do, or I don't know what to do. Maybe lack of ideas, lack of clarity in life, where you were just living in default mode. That sort of energy I'm getting. Debilitated, Jupiter speaks about when you make the wrong choices or you don't have the wisdom to make the choices or to make a decision. We have Moon in Taurus, exaltation. You have a lot of talents. It's about that energy of going for what feels right, following your heart, following your man, which is Moon. We have lust here. So maybe you were hiding your sexuality or something about, it could be connected to your sexual power and being authentic. We have lust, but it's also passion. What do you feel passionate about? What you want to do in life? You just don't want to do something that people expect of you. And that could have been like a major point of contention for you. You wanted to follow your heart, you wanted to follow your passion, or maybe you didn't know what your passion is, but what you were doing didn't feel right to you. We have here Sun in Capricorn. So going from Jupiter to Sun in Capricorn, this was debilitated Jupiter. This is Sun with this is directional strength. So strong Sun, achievement. So now you're thriving, you're doing well. You found your way. It was a tough, let's say, journey, but you found your way. This is good energy. Let's see what else we have for guidance. We have Kali, shadow. Kali is connected with destruction. So letting go of the old ways, things that are not serving you. Also cutting people off out of your life. Ketu energy. And shadow, doing some shadow work here. Like I was getting with this 8 or 9 of swords. I don't know. I think it's 8 of swords. So doing that shadow work really helped you. We have renewal. So you found yourself again. This is lovely energy. I think it was pile number 1 or 2 that got jaded by their tough experiences. Your pile number 3, you're finding your voice. You're finding your happiness again. Renewal, Page of Cups energy. So this is a lovely energy that you're in right now, and you've really done like a 180 here. We have released and let go. You were like a bird caged. Now you're free. And releasing, letting go of this bad energy, past energy, learning from it, and then moving on with a fresh beginning. We have Keep the Faith, number 26. So Spirit is with you. And it could even have been like maybe wrong values given down to you. Now you're finding your own version of spirituality and religion that speaks to you. This is also Elephant, overcoming obstacles. This is the energy of Elephant, and also making your presence felt. So keep the faith, keep moving on like the way the Elephant is. You're doing amazing, and you made a transformation with this butterfly. Let me know if you guys would be interested in that reading of how you're transforming, or let me hype you up. Let me know. I hope this resonated. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please share your feedback. If you want to book a personal reading with me, all the links will be down in the description. If you want to help support the channel, that will also be mentioned at the bottom of the description. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.